Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Hear Rich's forecast hourly on these Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations.
Hey, good morning, everybody. On this Thursday morning, it is the 7th day of December, and I'm glad you're here this morning. We have a lot to talk about. As I make this morning, it's in the low 40s and not raining at the current time, but there's a lot of rain on the radar, and we'll talk about the cold, wet day we have today. But I know a lot of you are here to hear about tomorrow and this possible rain-snow mix. I have the latest information, including a new advisory issued by the National Weather Service. Plus, if there's a little weather geek inside of you, we'll look at various computer models and various ideas of what could happen tomorrow, plus a cold, raw weekend ahead. Let's get started.
Patches of rain this morning from South Carolina to Louisiana, but a big concentrated area of rain coming out of Texas today. That's our future. And look at that low pressure area in the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to be an important player in the next 36 hours. This is future radar today, showing another surge of rain coming into the area. A cold, wet, raw winter's day covering central and south Alabama. Looks a lot like yesterday, right? And it's going to be very similar. I think the high temperature today will struggle to reach 43. In fact, we're not far from that as I make this morning. So a cold rain, tonight's low 39, and tonight's low will equal tomorrow's high. Here's tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., showing a rain-snow mix coming into western Alabama and southwest Alabama, and snow on the northern end of that. Mostly rain in southeast Alabama at that hour, but at noon, look at the rain-snow mix from, let's say, north of Montgomery all the way up to around Birmingham. Snow on the northern end of that, and it could cause some slippery travel. More on that in a moment. 6 p.m., all of that has moved to extreme east Alabama and moving into the Georgia area, with the rain-snow mix leaving the state, and just rain across southeast Alabama Friday evening at 6 p.m. And new this morning, the National Weather Service has now issued a winter weather advisory for tomorrow, including West Alabama and North Central Alabama, north of Montgomery now, including Elmore, Autauga, Tallapoosa counties, also the Selma area, on northward through Birmingham and Tuscaloosa, where travel could be a little slippery tomorrow.
So let me give you an idea of how the models work, okay? I'm going to show you 4 different computer models and give you an idea of how tough it is for forecasters to decide on exactly what's going to happen. First, let's start with the model that I trust the most, the European model.
So the Euro model shows the best snow chance along a Demopolis to, let's say, Alabaster, Talladega line, maybe some minor accumulation. It's the model that usually has the best track record. The Canadian shows roughly the same real estate. It has a little higher accumulations, tries to print out some 3-inch amounts across north central Alabama. That's not going to happen. This is the American model. It's farther south. Places like Camden, Montgomery, Lafayette could see a rain-snow mix on the GFS. And then there's one more, the North American model. This is another U.S. model, and it is roughly the same real estate as the GFS, a little heavier towards the Georgia border on possible accumulations in the higher elevations of northeast Alabama. I like what the Weather Service has done here. They're calling for a possible rain-snow mix from about Selma, Montgomery on northward to about Birmingham. They mentioned the ground is warm, so they mentioned there could be up to a half inch of possible slushy accumulation, especially in the higher elevations of east central Alabama. I like this forecast, and I think it's correct, and that's what I'm going to go with in our forecast. For a cold day on Saturday, it's going to start off in the 20s, and a chilly day it is with temperatures that don't make it out of the 40s for Christmas on the Coosa. Continued cold Sunday. We start off in the 20s during the morning, but we end up in the 40s during the afternoon, but at least it's sunny. Temperatures do moderate a little bit on Monday. We get into the 50s after a chilly start, but then another front comes in on Tuesday and cools us down again. So we got this rain-snow mix. The morning low and the afternoon high on Friday are the same number, 39. And then we start off in the 20s on Saturday morning, end up around 50. I've got Sunday 27 with a high of around 51. And then a little warmer Monday, 58 sounds like a heat wave, right? And then cooler again on Tuesday. Now we look at the European numbers. It confirms that high of 39 and low of 39 tomorrow. It's going to be a miserable day. And it has a cold weekend that keeps us in the 40s. Then it warms us up to about 57 Monday before cooler air comes in. This is the GFS. It shows that we will have the coldest mornings on Saturday and Sunday morning in the 20s. It does moderate us up towards Christmas week as we get towards December 22nd. Temperatures in the upper 50s, and that's actually normal for this time of the year. Our weather app keeps you on top of these crazy weather developments over the next few days with current conditions, hourly forecast, radar, future radar that tells you what's falling. Is that rain or is that that a mix or is that snow? Our app will keep you up to date on that. Go to the App Store, search Rich Thomas Weather.
So that's it this morning. That's a lot of information. I hope you stay on top of the weather situation. You can do that on our weather app. There'll be more information, another post for you this afternoon like there was yesterday afternoon, and another very important video first thing tomorrow morning at 4:45 a.m. Plus, I'm live on the radio this morning from 6 to 9 on News Talk 93.1. We'll be talking about this and other things as well. I hope you have a good day today on this cold, nasty day ahead. Stay up on the weather. I'll see you later.
Rich Thomas Weather.